So I'm out here in the sun, not folding, but hanging my laundry, see? And I was thinking, like, the mango tree is like totally waving in front of me, and the birds are chirping, and it's really, really peaceful. And I'm like, not practicing, but being very mindful of like my breath and stuff. And I got to thinking, why would nobody want to do this? Like, people, for the majority, people don't really hang their clothes anymore. And to be honest, I wouldn't either, unless I'm up here and I have to. At home, I have a clothesline at home. Do I use it? Not so much, but I'm going to start now. Because not only are we energizing our clothes by the wind and the sun, we're also getting out here in nature. Those are very important things, especially right now. Even if your nature is just a little tiny patch of whatever, it doesn't have to be a friggin' amazing, glorious jungle with fruit-bearing trees that just... Anyways, I'm just kidding. Well, not really, I'm not kidding. I'm just flowing. Anyways, so I was folding these. Who wouldn't want to do this? Then I got to thinking about it. Women used to do this. Women used to do this all the time. I'm sure back in the day, you know, I'm talking like back in the day, I believe men did this too. I don't think that laundry is a man-woman thing. Although, if the man, I think the reason why the man-woman, like little law thingies or guidelines or whatever, like the woman should cook and clean and da-da-da-da, that's because 100% the man was providing the living, right? Making sure the bills were paid, yada, yada, yada. So I don't think it's because man or woman at all. I don't think it's a gender thing. I think that it's just a who the heck is putting their all in what spot. You could probably put your all in both, like me and Mike. And this one is a little bit more on him, I think, because of when I'm gone and stuff. He does a lot. He does a lot. Because not only is he doing him right now, he's doing me. And I do a lot. So I really appreciate him in that. But you can find that. You can find that middle point. And that's what we're supposed to do. That's where we're supposed to be. So eventually we'll go back to that. It's not a chauvinistic thing, or I don't even know if that would be the word to use. But it's not a male-female thing. It's solely a helpmate thing. Anyways, I think that's my favorite word on when I'm doing these. Anyways, guys. Oh, did you see that? I almost fell. I'm going to take off this shoe. You know, you can touch more easily with the shoe off, but I accidentally touched that rock, and that's what I didn't want to do, because last time I touched the rock, there was a lot of ants under that rock, and I had to leave. I'm not going to say it. I almost said it. Moving on. Women hanging up the clothes. Then I got to thinking, well, what changed? Why did women stop hanging up clothes? Right? And then I thought, oh, like the pro-woman movement, right? Because they taught us that, oh, now I know why I was just talking about, see what happens when you just let it flow? That's why I was talking about the female roles or whatever. Somebody got in there and started pushing their agenda. Okay, and started saying things like, I hope no ants, okay. They started pushing their agenda and made the women decide or choose, well, didn't make them, but convinced them. And now remember, the darkness is freaking smart as heck, especially when we're sleeping, okay? They're smart as heck. So I have no doubt in my mind that the women's movement was amazing. Don't get me wrong. We should have equal rights in everything, right? But they really pushed that if women want equal rights, then they should have equal jobs too, right? Like out in the workforce, which totally took so many mommies away from babies. Babies need mommies. They do. They don't need unmommies. I mean, women in their lives is great. Don't get me wrong. Men in their lives, también. All of it. It's great. But they need their mommy. And they knew what they were doing because they made it to where we felt we were empowered to go out and make a living, yada, yada, yada. But to be honest, that broke us. Think about it. It broke us because it took the mommy away from the household, which made the dynamics between the mommy and the daddy a little bit different. And since the mommies were now behaving as daddies, some of the daddies were like, I don't need to be here. You do this. And then the daddies dip out and mommies dip out too. So don't think I'm down in daddy-os here. Which brings us to where we're at right now. We have a lot of children without mommies and daddies. And that's very hard. It's very damaging. I had my daddy on the weekends. And I had my mommy when she wasn't working, which was rare. But I did have a little bit. Like I said, my mommy was there. I did have a relationship with my mother. And my dad was there on the weekends. So I did. But there's some kids that grow up without a mommy or without a daddy completely. Like completely. Or their parents are like addicted to drugs. I can't. I don't know, you guys. We gotta help our babies, man. In turn, we gotta empower each other. Like any man or woman who is watching this right now, you're freaking amazing, bro and sis. You can do anything. Do you hear that? Like, and I'm so legit. Like, this is my thing right here. This is what I want to be doing right now. There's nothing I'd rather be doing more than standing here against this mango tree. Well, I do really miss my daughters, Charlie and Emma. Oh, and I heard a little crackle in my voice, so that little emotion back there. But it's okay. I know they're safe, and I know that this is best for all of us because I'm having so much growth up here. And times are really hard right now, you guys. Whether you're feeling it yourself as a physical or as a mental, emotional, whatever, it doesn't matter. In any way, if you are feeling this, just breathe. For me, I have a little bit of resistance, I guess would be the word, because my dad is very heart-centered person. Thank God. He really, really is. But he has been very much coerced into the the cattle, where they're leading the cattle. And last night he tried to put on CNN. I don't even care. Tried to put on the news. Let's go there. So that's not me farting. It's my Birkenstocks. Here. Funny. Oh man, we need a weed in here. Maybe I'll get me and my dad down here to do this. Look at his garden. But we do need to get that grass out of there. Look at those tomatoes over there. Yeah. My dad loves gardening. What was I saying? Oh, poopy poop. My Birkenstocks have derailed my train of thought. Choo choo. Coo coo choo. Father. He turned on the news and I just looked at it and it said something like, Trump indictment, something. I don't know. And I just looked, I felt this like cringe inside of me, and not like my mind or nothing like that. And I just looked at him. I was like, please, don't make me watch this. But what I really should have said now that I think about it is, please, can you change this? And he was okay. He changed it. He's good. He knows that our peeps are liars, man. He knows that, but yet he follows it. He knows that colors and artificial flavorings are freaking horrible, but he does it, and that's okay. And like earlier today, Jack is watching cartoons. Oh, yuck. There's a little ego coming out in there. Down, girl, down. Anyways, Jack was watching cartoons, and Grandpa was standing in the way, and he said, "Excuse me, Grandpa." My dad didn't hear him or didn't listen, and I actually had the conversation with Jack. I told him, I said, "You have to understand, if you're talking to old people, sometimes they really truly can't hear you," and that's legit. Like, sometimes they can't hear you, and therefore, Jack got like upset. He's like, "I said, excuse me." And he did his, Jack mode. That really twinged on my cheek right there. And he goes, "Mom, I asked Grandpa to move nicely and he didn't move." And I was like, "Well, maybe tell him that we respect each other's words." And so then I assumed that he moved, but he went to his room. And so I kind of feel bad because I didn't mean it like that, you know? It's just, we really got to get to a point where we mean what we say and we say what we mean. Because otherwise, especially having to do with children, it's freaking confusing. No wonder my freaking mente was all messed up and I didn't know which way to go. I had no guidance. I mean, my parents loved me. Don't get me wrong. They did the best that they could. I'm not judging them, and I don't really care because this is my path and this is where I was supposed to be. Blah, 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 blah. But how much easier for our babies if we would mean what we say and say what we mean. Respect them on a level of equality. Not that there are babies. Of course there are babies, but we're not here for them like that. We're not dictators. Just like we don't want dictators, we are not to be dictators to them, right? Anyways, that's not just a rant on my father. That is like everybody, humanity, myself, I just did it. He was playing around with the TV and I said, "Jack, just pick something to watch and leave it on there. Stop changing the channel." Who cares if he changes the channel a million times? I mean, right? Like, let him live his best life. And so I thought about that and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool. I got it. See, I'm learning every freaking day. I learn every gosh darn second of this beautiful, glorious gosh darn life, man. Are you? If you're not, then you need to move around because you should be." Speaking of moving around, I am going to do some killer dance moves, and I think I'll do it kind of with you guys because I want to show you what I do. And I figured this out, like I started slowly, like I've posted a few videos while I danced with my kids, right? And now I do it more so because movement is key. Like your spine is, oh, sorry, I'm wearing a bra. Did I show you my boobs? I'm sorry if I did. Horrible. Porn made by Lindsay. Just kidding. Anyways, so what I do is I just go out here, right? And usually I have my feet off, or not my feet off, but my shoes off because I want to get in the ground. But this is rocks and mud. And I don't even know if you can hear me or not. But that log that I set you on is steaming. So then I just like start moving, whatever feels good. Wherever you feel restriction, that's where you need to go. I always feel restriction right in my lower. I don't want it. I think it might have to do with having 7 children, maybe. So I just get to move in and just move, and then I lose myself. Can't lose myself too much because I don't have a bra on. And I got a message the other day talking about how you gotta strengthen your core more. more exercise. Don't make me do it. But yeah, I will be doing it. And I did. I started yesterday. I actually found 2 yoga sessions with Yoga with Adrienne. I love her because she's kooky as heck and she brings the heat. Of course, if I want to go really heated, I go with Ali Van Foss, I think, or something. She will kick your butt. Adrienne's a little bit more gentle. Anyways, just move around. My body makes this really weird noise when I do this. It's like pushing air. Oh, poop. And my sandals are already pushing air up and down my spinal column or something. I can hear it. Other people can hear it too. You won't be able to hear it, but anyways. I'm not going to do any more right now because I don't think you really want to watch me do that. And anyways, it's hot with that sun beating right down on me. Look at all the sweat. I swear I sweat like crazy here, which makes sense. Which is probably another thing that is helping me through this journey, purging out all the toxins. I just got another message, another reason. I guess the end of this is going to come now once I get to the mango tree. I think you're amazing. No matter where you're at, whatever level you're on in your wonderful game that you control, by the way. I mean, for the most part. It's an oddity, you know, because we control it, but we don't. So like, I'm winded. Hold on a second. I did lose my train of thought, so I'm just going to go ahead and seal this up. It is time, my wonderful, lovely souls, my wonderful brothers and sisters, my wonderful me's. It's time. It's time to wake up. And it's time to wake up on all levels. And I'm talking all. And this goes deep, guys. This goes deep. People have been manipulating us into believing we're making the choices for a long time. When the key, we should be able to make the choices, for sure. But out of all of the options. Do you know how many of us were like born into poverty? Well, I was born into poverty, okay? And my 4 younger or older children, they were born into poverty. So was Charlie and Emma. Not as much, but, and Jack, not at all. It's a hard thing to get out of. It's a hard thing to get out of. And they have corralled us into these little tiny poverty boxes while they're buku freaking rich beyond measures. That makes no sense. If we're a God-fearing country, Jesus said, cast your lots and come with me. And what did they do? Everybody cast their lots together, right? And then they split them up evenly and everybody lived a wonderful, glorious life. Except for that one guy and his wife who lied to God. Hello, God. I know you know everything. My entire being, even the hairs on my head. But I'm going to lie to your face. That makes no sense. Which just means that he wasn't faithful and he wasn't a true believer. And what happened to him? Holy Ghost gone. Pew! Into the darkness you go. into the fiery pits of hell, which is what we live in. Hell is what we live in. Think about it. Satan went on to that mountain, right? Or the devil, sorry. The devil went on to that mountain and told Jesus, what did he tell him? You can have everything that you can see, for it is all mine to give. Doesn't that strike anybody odd? Right? I'm just saying. Look it up. We have been steered in the wrong direction. It is time to pump those damn brakes, y'all. Survey. Check out what's really going on. Follow the money. Look who's saying what and who's doing what. I mean, no offense, and I love America, and don't get me anywhere wrong, okay? And I respect everybody. Damn it, I respect them all. No matter where they are in their lives. And some people are like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. The same light that is in me is in everybody in the entire world, man. Everybody. Even the creepers. Dahmer, same light. Same light. Mass murderers, same light as Mother Teresa, same light. Different levels, yes, but same light. Okay? We're going the wrong way. Have you ever heard our president talk? Think about this. We're the most powerful country in the world for a minute more, because we're going to fall very soon. And our president is incoherent. Does that make sense to you? Yeah, I know. I get it. People on the, the blue side, the Democrat, they don't want Trump for nothing. So don't do Trump. But don't do something like that because you have no other options. There were options. Put Bernie Sanders in there for sake. He'll make amazing choices, even though I don't really, actually I can't even say anything because I've never really watched him. You know what I mean? I've never listened. But I would totally support him. I'm going to run for presidency one day. It's going to happen because I know that love is the answer. And I know that sounds weird to a lot of people, especially people who are grounded in this earth plane. You know what I mean? Where they can't pull themselves back from the situation and view what's truly true and what's really, really going on. But I promise you, in the books of the Bibles from the world, not all of them, but the top notchers, okay? They spell it out for you. Just go read it. Those with eyes to see will see. Those with hearts that are full of light. Jesus said, make thine eye one, and your being will be full of light. What? He did say that? Yeah. He also said, is it not said in your Old Testament? Did you guys forget already? Ye are gods. What? He said that too? Interesting. There's so much more. It's not just Jesus. Jesus is the same reincarnation that was all of them. Seth and Moses and Noah and Abraham and Joshua and Solomon and David and Job, and the list goes on and on and on and on and forever. And the Quran says, we've sent you your prophets. We sent the messengers. And guess what you did? You killed them. Or you accuse them of lying. How's that for faith? But yet, we're God-fearing people. Lies. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. And I do this from my heart. Nowhere else. I'm not better than you. I'm the exact same person as you. I'm just here to help you. I'm just here to show you that there's a different way, that we have to wake up, and the key begins within yourself. And it's only, you know what I did in the first part of my journey? I gave permission. I gave permission to my guides to start leading me. That's all you have to do. All you have to do is acknowledge that there's something there that can assist you. Boom. Because you create it all, dudes. You create it all. Anyways, I'm out of here because this has rambled on long enough. I love you guys all very, very much. Share and have some fun shine.